Today I'm going to show you how to create a 3D bird using paper, a medium-ish size circle tracer, pencil with eraser just in case you make a mistake. We'll be needing some scissors and a glue stick, and then some supplies to eventually color with. They could be crayons, colored pencils, markers, whatever you have available. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our circle tracer. This is a good size. This is like a larger size peanut butter lid. That works good. Something medium. It doesn't matter what you're using in terms of size, but nothing too small, right? So something that may be too small, maybe the size of this circle. Okay, that's a little too small, so something medium size is good. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our template, and it could be scrap paper as long as it's big enough for your circle, okay? And you're going to trace it carefully. Whoops, that's okay. I'll just still go with it. And you know what? I'm going to redo mine because I have some spots there. Okay, so I'm going to redo mine. There. All right, we are going to carefully, this is good cutting practice. We are going to carefully cut. I am keeping my scissors in the same place, but turning my paper. So I'm turning my paper with the other hand that I'm not cutting with. My scissors are staying in the same place. They're opening and closing, and my other hand is simply guiding or turning my paper. Don't throw away the scrap yet. We're going to be using it for the beak, to make a little beak. Okay. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take my paper, my circle, and I may have to use that side, so you know what? Let me just erase this real quick. And I'm going to fold it in half like a taco. Okay, so I'm going to take my bottom of my circle, line it up with the top of my circle. I'm not going to press down. I'm just going to pinch the sides, just the sides, okay? Then I'm going to turn it. So now this line is up and down. Going to do the same thing. I'm going to take the bottom of my circle, line it up to the top of my circle so it looks like a little taco, and I'm just going to pinch the ends. Okay, I don't have to press down and fold. I'm just going to pinch the ends. When I open it up, I can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4 sections, and then I have a center. Where there's the center, where all my lines crisscross or touch, I'm going to make just a little dot. Now what I want to do is I want to take the top half of my circle and create 3 equal parts. To do that, I'm going to look up here, and about right here, I'm going to put a little dot. Then I'm going to look at this section, about halfway in the middle of that. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay? You don't have to use a ruler, but I'm going to use my ruler, and from the middle of this circle, I'm going to make a line to that dot, and I'm going to line up my ruler and make a line from this dot to that dot up there. So it looks like I should have pretty even parts. 1, 2, 3. I think I did that right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and make the scarf. So to do that, right here, I'm going to take and make a little bit of a curvy line to this, to that edge. And we want it to look like it's skinnier here and then gets a little wider. So I'm going to do the same thing underneath here. Okay. All right. Now we're going to make it look like this is the part of the scarf that's kind of looped and tucked underneath. So I'm making like a backward C. All right. Then I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to bring it out a little further and have it be curved and flat there at the bottom. All right. Then I'm going to make the bottom of the scarf. And then make the other part of the scarf here. Add the little tassels there. And then you could decorate your scarf if you want to draw a snowflake on your scarf. I just made a pattern with some lines here on this scarf. Let's say I wanted to draw a snowflake on this scarf. I'm going to start just by making a little circle, making like the letter X, and then a line across. And then I'm going to do some upside down arrows. And there's many different ways you can draw a snowflake. That's just one of the ways that I like to do it. Okay. Maybe up here I want to give it some, I can give it some lines up here for pattern, or I can even make another snowflake. So let's do a circle, letter X. You don't go through the circle. Pick up your pencil and then a line across like that. So there's 6 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I like to do a, like I said, an upside down arrow. You could even do little circles at the end of your snowflake. Okay. All right, so you could go ahead and decorate your scarf. Okay, this part is going to be for our birdie's face. We're going to skip over that for right now, and this part is going to be its hat. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is where there's this line, I'm going to make it bend a little bit for the brim or the bottom part of the hat. And then I will then I could erase this straight guideline, even that dot. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and draw another line above this line that follows the same direction. And then you can make your hat, like I made my lines going this way on this hat. You can make your lines following the outline of the circle here. So like I'm saying, this line bends. I can make some lines that go in this direction. Okay. Okay, so then I could go back and decorate the hat however I want. All right, let's do the face. So we're gonna see the side of the face. This is the side view of the bird. So we only need one eye. So I'm gonna draw a circle, and you can make your eye however you want. I like to do a little highlight or a little white spot in the eye, and then I color in the rest. You can even do 2 little highlights if you like. You can add eyelashes, or you don't have to. It's up to you. You can leave it just like that, or you can add another circle around it. Okay. If you want to give it a little cheeky, you could even do that. Now, we're going to then take our scissors, okay, and we're going to carefully cut. We're just cutting from this dot to this dot. That's all we need to cut. Okay. Stop at that dot, and you fold it over like this. And now you have the little wing for your birdie, and you can decorate it if you want to give it some feathers. I'm simply going to repeat my pattern here. And then you can use your scrap paper once you're done. If you want to make some feathers on your wing, you can take your scrap paper and go ahead and make a little beak. So to do that, I'm simply going to take and I'm going to just draw a line that's not exactly straight. It's just going to bend a little bit. Make a triangle. And then I can even make a line in the middle there. Carefully cut it out. And then with your glue stick, you can go ahead and glue it down. All you need is a little bit of glue here. You don't need to put glue on the whole thing because you're only gluing down this end. The rest will be the rest won't be on your paper, right? So the beak is usually about, oops, right there. And then now we could go ahead and color it in and decorate it however we want. You might want to outline your pencil lines with a marker. If you have a little pom-pom, like I did at home, you could even glue that down, or you can just make one out of scrap paper. You know, take your scrap paper, make a little pom-pom that looks like the shape of a cloud, and cut it out and glue it down to the top of your hat. And that is how you make a little 3D birdie. You can glue it down to a blank piece of paper and just have it like it's flying on the paper, or you can even punch a little hole, hang it some yarn from it, and it could kind of just hang like it's flying. So I hope you had fun learning how to make a little 3D birdie.